So we get this question where we're trying to build a garden, and we're building it up against a wall. And we need to put a fence around our garden. That's important. What we're wanting to put is a fence around it like this to keep little critters out. I know my garden has little critters that come and steal all of my strawberries and raspberries. Unfortunately, they're my children, and no mere fence is going to keep them out. But that's okay. So this is kind of an interesting case because we have 3 sides and we need this thing to be 50 square feet. And the question is, how can we use the least fence? Well, there's a few ways to approach this. A few ways to approach it, but I always think, let's just make a table. So here, this side and this side are going to be equal. And we'll call them like the width. Then this side is the length. It's different. So let's do length, width, and area. Now remember, length times width equals area. So let's look at our possibilities. No matter what, the answer has to be 50. So what are some numbers we could try? What are some numbers we could try? I don't know. We could try 5 by 10. That would give us area. Okay. Now, the last thing we need to know is, how much fence is that? Well, remember, here, we don't have to build all sides. We use this side here, the width once. Then we use the width again for the far side. And we use the length once. But in this weird case, it's not the perimeter the way we normally think of perimeter because we don't use the length twice. Because the side of the building is 1. We don't have to worry about rabbits coming out the side of the building. So in this case, we would use the width twice, which is 10 plus 10, and the length once more, which is 5, and that would give us 25. Okay, what else could we have tried? Different numbers. Well, we could have done 10 by 5 instead, make it 10 long and only 5 wide. That would still give us an area of 50, right? And here it would go 5 plus 5, width plus 10, and that would use only 20. Only 20 feet of fence. Oh, that's less. What else could we do? Well, we could do 2 by 25. And 2 by 25, well, that would give us our area of 50. But that would be 25 plus 25 plus 2, which is going to be 52 feet of fence. What if we did 25 and 2? That would still give us 50. But now we would have 2 plus 2 plus 25. And that would be 27 feet of fencing. Still not the lowest. So what are the ways to get 50? Well, we've used 5 times 10. We've used 25 times 2. What else could we use? I guess we could use 50 times 1 if we were really, that'd be a weird looking garden, but we could do it. So we could make a garden that's 50 feet long and 1 foot wide. That'd give us 50. That'd be 50 plus 1, or 52 feet all around. Doesn't seem terribly efficient, but that's okay. We could make it 1 foot long and 50 feet wide. You can imagine if that's the wide, that's going to be one goofy looking garden. But that would work too. But now it would have to be 50 on one side, 50 on the other, and 1 foot to close it in. That'd be 101 feet. And when you put all these options in here, these are the only ones that work nicely, the only ones that use nice whole numbers. What's the best one? Well, it's this one. 5 by 10. Oh, width equals 5. So you can do that. And that is a completely reasonable way to get this answer. Now, the other way to think of it is this. We said that you get more efficient when a thing makes a square. I don't know if you remember this, but we said the most efficient rectangle is the square. In this case, whenever you do one of these questions where one of the sides is provided for us, the most efficient shape becomes half a square, where this is the side they provide. And that can help us to remember. But it never hurts. You can never go wrong figuring out all the different things you could multiply together and making a table like this. It wouldn't serve you wrong, but you could always remember that half a square is the most efficient shape when it's cut in half and you don't have to put a perimeter on that side.